My name is Stanley and this is Givvy. Givvy is a web application that allows you to scan household items and see whether those items can be donated to a local food shelter, food bank, or homeless shelter that is in need so that we can optimize your donation. Firstly, we had to define the problem space, and we identified it against two fronts. First, as a donor, I need to make sure that the food or clothes that I donate to a shelter, food bank, really makes an impact and makes the most change. From the shelter's perspective, we need to ensure that any donations that we get, we really need so that we don't have to throw it away. Because believe it or not, it's recommended that you don't even donate canned food to food banks simply because one, a lot of them are already expired, and two, they're already extremely high in sodium, so that they're not the most nutritious source of food. Not only that, California right now has a homelessness crisis. The United States, or rather the United Nations, has compared San Francisco to the slums of New Delhi and Mexico City due to the amount of tents. So not only has this problem become more pervasive, especially in times like this, like COVID-19, it becomes more important than ever to really bulk down on these shelters. So what if there was a solution that made donating to food banks, homeless shelters, and public resources in need easier for the average person? And this is where Givvy comes in. Givvy is community through donation. We use computer vision to scan household items, get recommended local shelters, food banks, etc. to optimize that donation, and then reveal real-time statistics of those local shelters. The feature list will come a little bit in the demo, but you scan your items, look at the 3D models on the map, select which sort of center you want to donate to, and then hit confirm. It's as easy as that. When developing a solution, we utilize a design and technical thinking process. But first, on the design side, we use the double diamond process and created user personas so that we could closely resonate before creating any of our list of features and before even designing the front end or UI UX of this app. We then went into user flows to see how our backend logic and front-end logic would work. Went to lo-fi prototypes so our front-end devs could quickly work on boilerplating, and then landed upon our hi-fi, which you'll see a little bit further in the demo. Now, going on to the technical side, I won't talk too much about it because we have a design doc linked in the dev post, but this is just a small list of all of our front-end and back-end stacks that we used. Now going over a little bit on system architecture. On the front end, we have that React Redux for state management, Three.js for all of the interactive 3D buildings you see on the map, Sass for a CSS processor. All of this is interacting with front-end APIs like Google Cloud Vision from Google GCP. We use Mapbox for the map. On the back end, we use a standard Node.js, Express, REST backend. We specifically chose Firebase because one, it's real time, meaning everything will update, and two, it just makes non-sequential databases so much easier to set up. And then we also use a backend API just to fetch food data as well. Hi everyone, welcome back to the demo. So right now we're on the home page, and so we'll hit start now, and we'll be landed across this map with a little bit of landmarks. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But we have to scan items first. So we're going to hold up an apple, a banana, and some stuff here. This is all object detection using Google Vision's API. So about every 5 seconds or so, using the API, we'll scan a new item in. So just to skip forward in time a little bit here. All right, so we're back with the rest of our items. Each one takes about 5 to 10 seconds, like I said. So after you're done scanning all of your items, you can just hit confirm items. And using our algorithm, we can detect what the nearest shelter is for your recommendation with your items as well. So right here, we'll just hit confirm items after we are done. Great. And we'll be recommended the first shelter that is in need of those very specific items. As of right here, you can see that this is the first Presbyterian church, and you can look around at the recommended shelters in which you can donate your items to. This is specifically selected so that you don't donate to a shelter that already has too many apples or too many clothes. And using our sort of toggle, you can go around our map. We actually use 3D models as a way of sort of jumping around, making it very interactive for the user, and just really making it a fun user experience when donating for the first time. So right now we have 4 types of sort of places you can donate to. 1 would be the homeless shelter, 2 would be food banks, 3 would be mobile pantries, and lastly would be donation centers. All of these have sort of unique sort of buildings and traits and have a different array of items that require donations. After you select the place you want to donate, you just hit confirm donation, and then you can drop it off at your specific location. And that really concludes the demo.